Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stars with Stasi, where no matter who or what you are on this cosmic journey, you are welcome here. I'm Stasi, your trusted psychic, intuitive reader, and fellow Scorpio. So it's been a while since I have been live, and things have upgraded in the studio as well as all the software. So I'm just going to give this a second and make sure that y'all can hear me, and I'm going to wait to get some feedback from you guys. So if there's anybody in the chat right now, I see that there are quite a few of you in here. So if somebody could just please type in the chat, let me know you hear me. But depending on where you are, Scorpio, it is Thanksgiving. So happy Gobble Gobble Day. And I'm so grateful that you are taking the time and energy to be here with me today of all the things you could be doing, because here at the Stasi community, we are exactly that, a community. So nobody is alone. All right. Hey, Maya, can you hear me okay? Hello, Claude. Oh, it's nice to see your face. Well, your name. Haven't seen you in a while. All right. Well, I'm guessing at this point everyone can hear me. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm very excited about the energy of this new moon in Sagittarius. And I definitely want to talk about it. There's no mistake. I'm making this video on what is for me in the US Thanksgiving. Now, you guys know I'm not a big holiday person. But I'm a big energetics person. And so I want to hop on this train where the rest of the really, I don't know who, I guess it's just the US that celebrates Thanksgiving, where people are in this mindset of gratitude today. We're going to hop on that mindset. We're going to talk about the energetics of money, how Scorpio can bring in the abundance, right? We're going to talk about how to manifest from more the quantum field versus the field of the material. So this is going to have you really bending your everyday thinking and getting into something a little bit deeper. So if you're ready to dig in, Scorpio, we're going to do it. I again want to say hi to everybody. Oh, hello from Spain. Yes, everyone. Hello. I'm over here in Maryland, in the United States of America. So, prayers. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go old school. We're going to start this off with a moment of gratitude, because this is going to be so important for the rest of this reading and our conversation. Because in order to attract what it is that you truly desire, not only must you desire it from a place of the heart song, but in fairness, you have to know that you are already in possession of it. So you have to get in the mindset of gratitude, because what do abundant people do? Like if your cup truly runneth over, if you really had everything and anything you could ever imagine, right? The next logical thing is to give away, right? To share of your abundance. So what does that tell you? Abundant people think of giving of others, right? We would hope. Truly abundant people who live in the high vibration. That is the way to manifest. You must already be in that mindset. So I want you guys to take a moment, and no matter how it is that you are perceiving today, whether you are in loss of a spouse, a partner, whether you are alone, because you're not, you're here with us today. And thank you for making that choice, because I am so grateful. You are potentially missing a parent, a loved one, a son, a daughter, right? We are all here where a part of us seems like they are missing, and what is there to be grateful for? But reverse that thinking. You are here. You are grateful for the breath of life, for even the feeling of pain, because it lets you know you're alive. When you start to see the all in the world, the all in the universe, the all in all that is when you can truly appreciate something from the heart. And when you appreciate it from here and you desire it from here, what you perceive and what you see is limitless. So take a moment, look at your surroundings, and hold space for that. Hold space for that energy. Hold space for the breath of life. Let us begin. All right, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, interdimensional beings here with us today, here with Scorpio. Today we're going to talk about the Sagittarius new moon in our second house, right? Resources, abundance, material possessions. How can we use that energy, even though we are in a retrograde, to further our abundant mindset. How can we attract the energetics of what it is we already have in the quantum and bring it towards us? Thank you. I have here the Four of Swords. This is very important because the Four of Swords is saying you have to let it go. Hand it over to spirit. And that's a real thing, right? Call it what you want. Call it God, call it spirit. You know, here at Stars with Stasi, we're very open-minded. Whatever it is, your source energy. At some point, you have to release control. It's like the birthing process. You can't just push, right? At some point, you have to release. Expansion, contraction. That is the process. So we're in this time now where we can really put forth our energy and know that the seeds we have planted already are taking time. It must grow. It must manifest. And this is also that energy, we talked about this last week, Scorpio, where you have to learn to enjoy what life has to offer. Because again, that vibration of happiness and fun and community and others can really alleviate that pressure cooking feeling that we get sometimes when we perceive something isn't going our way. Oh, I love what I see here for us. I really do. I see the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, knights are in pursuit, and this is information and truth. Interesting enough, with Sagittarius energy, right? Sagittarius, truth seekers. Very philosophical in their thinking. And I feel strongly, Scorpio, that this is about looking at things differently to heal the energetics that potentially many of us are carrying around: abundance, resources, lack mentality, source mentality. Everything we know to be true is absolutely being challenged. And it's going to continue to happen as open source continues to grow, technological advances pushing us beyond our perceived limitations. And again, that perception is paramount in what happens next. Whenever we're dealing with the tarot and we're looking at the cards and a human figure shows, that's divine intervention. That's angelic intervention. Take it or leave it, but that's what it means in the cards. So Temperance, Sagittarius energy here is about healing, alchemizing. And then we've got the Lover's card showing up about being at a crossroads. In order for you to step into a new mindset, in order for you to be all the things that you desire, you must believe that you are already in that energy. Because otherwise, this is what happens, Scorpio. You're driving down the street and, you see something in the window of a store and you're like, oh, I want that. Or you're driving down the street or you're waiting for a bus and you see the car of your dreams drive right past you and you think, I want that. I want that so badly, I can just imagine it. But what's stopping you from being in that car? It's basically you're taking your point of consciousness here where you are in the 3D, the perceived 3D, and you're looking at that object, that thing that you want. And what's between you and that thing is this perception of space and time. Because in that moment, you're creating from the material. You're not believing that you already have it in the energetics that you can't actually see that very much exist around you 24/7. So this is about taking what is familiar to you, the devil that you know, and alchemizing that energy into the sea of potentiality. Healing the energetics that you have around your money mindset. This is going to put you at a crossroads in many aspects of your life, because when you recognize that what it is that you put out in the universe is exactly what you get back, you're really going to start seeking more ways to make that happen. And basically, you have to brainwash yourself. I've talked about this. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if I haven't said so yet, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Engage with the video, please. It lets YouTube know to keep pushing it and that I'm on live. So back to the reading. Again, guys, I very much appreciate all that you have allowed me to express and share of myself and my craft here. So thank you. So With the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords, Temperance, and the Lovers, I think that, again, healing the energetics that we have around our mindset, our money, how we see our connection to what it is that we grew up believing. There's going to be a bit of deprogramming and also programming. You really need to start listening to others who have achieved the things that you want. Like, for example, I always say, and you might be familiar with this person or not, like I'm aiming for the Bethany Frankel luxury lifestyle with an esoteric twist. I love the way she does philanthropy. I mean, you can take her or not, but she is a polarizing person. And I think I'm a polarizing person. She's also a Scorpio, fun fact. Bethany, hello. But it's one of those things where it's like, you find someone that has, something that you can maybe hold on to, but instead of seeing that it's all the way over there, start feeling like you are attaining that energy, like you can see yourself doing it. You feel like, I already feel like I have a community. I already feel like abundant. I already feel that Scorpio, fun, sassy energy. I'm looking to expand my reach, things like that, right? So think differently about what it is that you want. So let's keep going here. Oh, something just flipped up. Where'd it go? The Fool card, right? I'm telling you, this is also about being, there's something that when you're naive and you approach something like, oh, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it. Let's just see what happens. And you do it from a place of like, oh, what's the worst thing that could happen, right? Things go well. Because look, you know that you are tapping into the divine matrix when you start seeing the numbers, the synchronicities, the songs that come through, right? All of a sudden you've been thinking, about someone that you miss, and then a song comes through, right? Like, I don't know how to word it, Scorpio, but the synchronicities are what tell you that you are in alignment. So, and also, you also know that you're in the frequency, the right one, when you start feeling it here. There's something about it because it's your heart song mixed with the creation of the light of wisdom, right? You have the light of mercy, which is your physical vessel, and the universe, source creation, is that light of wisdom. The two combined is what makes something manifest form in the 3D. It's not that you see the object first and then you desire it. It's that you are existing in a vibration that will attract certain things. It will open certain pages of your Amazon catalog of life, so to speak, right? And as you expand your thinking and remove obstacles and clear your browser, so to speak, and allow for new information to come in, you allow for more possibilities to show in your catalog that you are aligned with. So start thinking differently about how you perceive energetics of money. Hello, chronic entanglement. That's a very funny, I love that. Hello, Melissa, Maria, hello. Hi, Susie. Oh, it's nice to see some old names, some new names. Welcome home, everybody. I'm so glad you're choosing to spend some time here with me. How's everybody spending their holiday or their day at home or whatever it is that you're doing right now? Have you had a moment to, 10 of Cups. Have you had a moment to take some time and be grateful for what's around you? Are you finding today a day of ease or more of challenging, right? What brings you to my corner of the matrix today? How can I help? All right, guys, so we've got the Fool card, the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the High Priestess. Interesting. And, the Sun card. They wanted me to get to that. One moment. Thank you. All right, so Scorpio, with this new moon, definitely we're also in a retrograde, right? So what does that look like? There's going to be some revising of plans, some strategic financial movement. There's going to be money in and money out, right? I'm picking up a lot of that too. So of course, some people are putting money out because of holidays, but if you set that aside, right? So be mindful, Scorpio, because we're not even talking about that type of programming that has you spending sometimes outside of your budget. So forget the holidays. I'm talking like something happens to your water heater. Something happens to your heater. You need, new flooring, all right? Something happens to the car. Or you need to zhuzh up your wardrobe or whatever it is. Like, it doesn't have to be anything catastrophic. It could just be a desire, quite frankly. You can imagine that some money is going to go out, but there is a very strong energy here of money coming back threefold to Scorpio. And I've been feeling that. And so when I recognized that this new moon energy was in our second house, I was like, that's how it's happening. So this retrograde might have you revising some business strategies and how you are interacting with your clients, right? The communities that you're building. For example, if you are a creator, now's a great time to interact with your community, to go live, to share more of yourself. So while it is that you're not building, let's say, a brand new community or getting into a brand new financial income stream, maybe it's nothing that, but you are just re-enlivening a current situation and making it more community focused. That's going to be very important for this upcoming year, to be honest, as things become more AI generated, right? I've been saying this for a very long time. One of your biggest flexes right now is being human, and not just being human, but being unique, right? Anybody can be, anybody can turn on sex appeal. Anybody can turn on the humor. Anybody can turn on whatever, but not everybody can be authentic. Not everybody can unmask and allow their heart song to shine. People have been programmed to follow a crowd or be part of the whole. And the universe is saying, no, that can be duplicated. We really want you to be yourself. And really, other people's thoughts are their opinions. And so your job and your program is to go out there and be different, actually. And that is what's going to lead to the most abundant life, because what others are going to crave and what others are already craving. And then comment below, how many times have you just been, especially if YouTube or something is one of your main sources of entertainment, have you been scrolling recently and you see a bombing thumbnail, or you're like, oh, that title, yes, I want to know more. And you click and it's like, want, 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 want. It's maddening. And sometimes it's okay to hear something like that in the background, but it's frustrating. You just want a human to be real with you. So I hope you find that here. But yeah, so that's what's going to be the big push of the future. And even the current energy. So rethink the way you see yourself as well. I was saying before that there is... All right, things that you desire, that desire you as well, come to you with more ease when you have a naive approach to it, when you are just like childlike energy, right? Versus this obligatory thing where it's like, well, if I don't have the money, I can't pay my bills. If I can't pay my bills, I can't do this. All of that is like roadblock, 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 right? And at the end of the day, we're all saying those things out loud, potentially, and yet we're breathing and we have the ability to speak and we're somehow connected to a phone, or, we have more than what we sometimes perceive when we're living in a lack mindset. So there's a lot there about being strategic, by the way, 5 of Swords, being strategic to achieve what it is that you want and relying on sometimes the energies, again, that you can't see. That quantum field exists, whether you like it or not, right? It does. And we can't see it, but we can feel it. Scorpios are a different breed. Like, we can really feel that intuition, those universal mysteries are going to be tugging at you even more this year. Align yourself with the frequencies and the vibrations of money and stability. And then start asking yourself, what is your current energy with money, and sit with that. Because as I was saying earlier, where when you want something and you perceive yourself to be in this space and that thing that you desire to be in that space, that perception of distance is shortened significantly when you say, oh, I already can feel that I have that. And it's not so much, again, that material possession. It's the feeling of happiness, being complete, knowing that you are being intentional. The Five of Swords can be, some people say that's lying, cheating, stealing, but I really see it as a card of strategy, right? Swords are mental. 5 is a number of upset, disruption, adventure, change, right? And this is maybe intentional. This is intentional change. And intentionally working from a place of faith, quite frankly. You have to believe it, truly. And you have to start knowing that those little synchronicities that we like to joke around in the very beginning and say, oh, that's so cool. In the very beginning, when it starts to happen and you don't know what's going on, first it's cute, and then you start to get scared, like, oh my God, these numbers are coming for me. I don't know what's happening. Then after that, you're like, okay, I'm on to something. The end goal here is to recognize those synchronicities. The universe is saying, hey, what you just did right there, yeah, keep doing that, because we're picking up what you're putting down. And then just start paying attention. What was I just thinking? What was I just doing? What was my energy about just now? Right? Because it's not always spirit giving you unicorns and rainbows. Sometimes they're trying to say, hey, that right there, that don't do that. It's either do it or don't do it. And you've really got to pay attention to what was happening just before. That's the maddening part of angel numbers. But it really is the universe saying, we got you. We hear you. And we want to help. That's the other thing. That Sagittarius energy, right? This is divine intervention, alchemy, changing, one water into wine, right? Call it what you want. But it really is an intentional desire, and then the divine working with the material, which is you, right? Coming together to create. Woo. All right, let's see. Hello, everyone. All right, I'm going to clarify these. Did you guys see the poll at the top? I want to see what the number one, let me see. Gosh, I hope I don't knock myself out of this. So I asked everyone in the poll what was I can't see it yet, what everyone's favorite side was. If you are a American Thanksgiving diet kind of person. So it was stuffing, mashed potatoes. What did I say? Stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, which some people find disgusting, but quite frankly, I love it. And, oh, this looks good. And what did I say? Mac and cheese. Hold on. Let's look at this Scorpio. I just saw the Ace of Swords with the King of Cups. I like that for us. Ace of Swords. Look, when I was meditating for this reading, a couple of things I was asking for was like obviously clarity, right? I want to give the best message possible. I want to provide a space where people walk away with action steps that really can make a difference. And so there's something here, be very informed and aware, Ace of Swords, again, about the energetics behind the emotions and desires that you have, and be more in control of that situation. King of Cups. So let's talk about it. Spirit's been showing me for some time now, people, humans, right, work from a place of function and from a place of emotion. Primarily those two things. And the problem becomes when you are steadily working from a place of emotion. Then you're thinking with a part of your brain that is very much in the 3D, making it very difficult, quite frankly, for you to manifest what you want. It takes longer. You're going based on a rule set and a mindset that you have, which is served only by your limited perceptions to date, if that makes sense. I hope it does. When you work from a place of function, right, your mindset shifts and you start saying, okay, what is my function in this situation? Not how do I feel about it? Forget that. That can really mess things up. It can actually muck the waters of a very perfectly worded manifestation. You start having feelings behind it that don't necessarily belong, and you muck it up. So let's go back. Manifesting from a place of function. What is the function of you being XYZ abundant, right? Let's start with that. And if it's that, let's say, for example, you want to attract all of the financial abundance. Let's just go with something that most people in the beginning are after. And you start saying, okay, I want to manifest this money. I want to manifest this career. Those are two separate things. So let's stick with money. You first got to figure out what your energetics are behind it currently. Have you been saying to yourself for a year, for 2 years, for 5 years, man, it's like everybody who has money is stuck up or doesn't share or money's evil. Only people who work in this sector make money. People that do what I do don't make money. What stories have you been telling yourself and anybody who will listen about your financial status? And then get a hold of that script and investigate it. What's driving that script? Where did you learn to speak that way about the money you're trying to attract? Because quite frankly, if you were trying to attract a partner, would you be saying negative things constantly about partnerships? If you're out there trying to attract love and you're a love hater or you're a relationship hater, you see the problem? So it's the same idea, right? And start alchemizing. We go back to that Sagittarius energy. Well, first of all, the realization about how you see yourself and the energetics of money is going to place you at a crossroads. And it's going to have you being very intentional about what it is that your mind is on. You have to do it. And then when you get to this place of healing it, you don't have to figure things out overnight. The intention is enough. The course correction, the intention to course correct actually changes the frequency that you vibrate so much. Just start there. And then to supplement the energetics of it, literally start listening to abundant frequencies. Leave it on the background, And also the other thing is too, when we started this reading with the Four of Swords and we were talking about how to sometimes let it go, for as intentional as you need to be about your thinking, you don't necessarily need to be so in control of the outcome. So I hope that makes sense. You need to have control and purpose and intention over your energetics, not the outcome. So Four of Swords, allow the outcome to happen because the universe's catalog of possibilities is more vast than anything that you have ever perceived. So why limit yourself? Be intentional about your desires. Bottom line, be intentional about your desires and open up your mind to the possibility that there are greater resources and paths to success ahead than anything you have access to currently. And so when you let go of the thinking and the constraints and the pattern, right? The pattern that you have imprinted into this energetics, wipe the slate, start over, allow yourself to know that your mere existence, which for some people isn't enough. And when you're really magical and you take your breath every morning and you go, I did it again. That's good. This is good. I'm still here. It's a real magic. It's a real thing. It really is. The all of life, start having it often. If not, spirit will show you why it's so important and you don't want that. All right, so let's keep going. What do we have with the Ace of Swords, King of Cups? And I also saw the Page of Cups, Page of Wands. I like that, pages. Again, pages are naive, they're jovial, they're young, they're excited, they're passionate and desirable. This is that young, youthful energy. Be playful. Allow things to happen. Allow yourself to look at something in awe. That's the best thing I can say. Put your energy, put your intention into your manifestations for this new moon in Sagittarius. Aim to the highest possible realm. Ask Spirit to bring you what it is that seeks you, right? Because Scorpio, we're beyond the point in this experience where we're chasing. Don't chase anybody, first of all. I hope I'm still not saying that a year later, but you might be new to my channel. Don't chase anybody. Nobody. And then when we get past that, don't chase anything either. It is one thing to have a goal and be focused and want it and desire it. It's another thing to go climbing mountains and chasing something down. Some things just aren't meant for you. There's a very different energy about standing in your power and knowing that is mine. That is mine and that is mine. And I stand in my strength, and it comes to me, and it happens. It will come to you. Command it so, and there's no other option. But you can't just say it and it be done. You have to be intentional, right? Why do you want it? Why does it serve you? Wish come true, the star card. See, I'm not making this up. Now, the star, what is that? It is the hope after the tower. What card does the tower represent in the tarot? Scorpio. One moment, please. Marinate in that. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's so many of you in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. So don't forget to hit that like button, hit the little stars, hit something. Let YouTube know that we are on. Because quite frankly, I'm so glad you guys are here, but I really don't want anyone feeling alone during today. That's another reason why I came on, because, you know, it's tough for some people. So let's talk about manifesting money and get our minds off the muck. All right. The star card. The star is the hope after the tower. The tower is a card that represents Scorpio. Scorpio is all about the disruption and the change, right? And so this is Spirit's way of saying, we heard you. You're blessed. You've done the work. You've done the healing. It's an 8-pointed star above the head of this divine being. Who's the divine being? You are. Spirit is creating what it is that you've been manifesting. You've done the work. This is about a wish coming true, finances and resources, abundance, all those things, quite frankly. This is also, though, Scorpio, a reminder that you will manifest what it is that you think about. And so in another world, if you're not careful, again, you could bring about possibilities that are not for you. So be mindful of what you're attracting. I do feel, though, that this is very good. I've been hearing also, Scorpio, and if you've been with me for some time, you know I've been getting these pings that things drastically change for us in February. I'm still not 100% clear on what that looks like. So I don't know. I feel like Aquarius season, Aries season, something's going on during that time frame. How'd that happen? Oh, okay. So I guess it was the other deck. So here I've got Sagittarius energy coming through again, temperance, healing. Interesting. There's a lot of emotions here. There's a lot of healing happening here. There's a lot of alchemy showing through, and there's a lot of divine intervention happening when we're talking about our money mindset. So I got to be honest, Scorpio, for those of you that have been on this journey and really doing the work with each lunar cycle or following the patterns of the universe, getting the synchronicities, I feel that this is going to be a time where you're really going to see the birthing process take place. I'm really hearing also a push to encourage the collective to really research your numerology. And maybe I need to start creating content about this, but there's real power in understanding what your personal year is and what your pinnacle is. People have asked me about the election and how I came up to my predictions, and I use numerology. And besides the messages I was getting intuitively, numerology was really, excuse me, spirits coming through. Numerology was really it's a deciding factor. Numbers, right, are the way that we are able to speak with the divine matrix, right, readily, right? They will come and talk to you that way very, very quickly. So I think there is something here. Calculate your numerology, calculate what pinnacle you're in, right? Because, like, for example, I'm in my fourth pinnacle. I'm a 33. So I'm a master number 33. So I'm going to be doing spiritual work in the community, period. And then this is my 3-year starting 2025. So I'm starting to feel that energy. It's a year of creation. The power behind that is that in addition to your astrology, in addition to tarot, it lets you know where the energetics are the strongest for you, right? What are you meant to create during this year? Is it in alignment with what you're feeling, what's around you, the pings that you've been getting? It's just another way I'm hearing for you to be in communication. And there are free resources everywhere. You can actually even put it in Chat GPT if you wanted to, but I would definitely tell it to cite its sources, because a lot of times that information can be inaccurate. So have it cite several sources. I just saw the 10 of Swords coming through. So again, I feel like this is like the end of a difficult journey. This year is coming to a wrap, 2024, right? The actual calendar year. And in numerology, unlike astrology, you're working with the calendar year, January to December, when with astrology and, you're working with birthday to birthday. So I keep hearing that this calendar year is coming to a wrap. It's going to be very important to allow this old script to go. Just let it release it. There's going to be even potentially more changes that are happening in your intimate circle. So again, Scorpio, I've got to be honest, it's going to be family, lovers, friends, right? You might have a couple of people that have been grandfathered into your life because you've just known them for so long. That will not survive through the end of this year. I have to be honest. And again, this is no shocker. It's just because literally you're making space. Imagine you're a computer, you're defragmenting is the best way I can put it, so that you can align your, you can make more space. Oh, shit. You can make more space for a new program, new information. And that's the other thing. You're constantly creating programs with your thoughts. And you're constantly creating opportunities or barriers with your thoughts. And when it's hard to control your thoughts, because listen, I'm neurodivergent. This is not easy, right? By any means, but practice makes perfect. Well, practice makes it better. We're not aiming for perfection. That's beyond our 3D. But intention is enough. I don't know how else to say it. Intention is enough. It course corrects your frequency. It really does. It really does. Down to the colors that you wear, the music that you're listening to, what you choose to turn on, what's playing in your ear. I mean, it can't get any more, well, it can with Neuralink, but I mean, for the most part, our gadgets are like in our heads. Like, what are you putting in there? What are you listening to? And if you're stuck in an algorithm and you don't know what to Google anymore, you don't know what to look up, just like literally say, show me things new to me. See what happens next. Yes, pages. So we've had all the pages. We had Page of Cups, so we haven't had the Page of Swords. No, we did in the beginning. So we've had all the pages. We actually have had all the pages, and now we've got the World card coming through. So that's interesting because pages are definitely people. They're material. That's us here, right? With this youthful energy, we've got the Fool card coming through. And then with the World card, this is, again, remember I said when you see humans depicted in the tarot, that's angelic intervention. And this is the 4 holy creatures, right? Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. So this is saying, again, tap into your desires, tap into that heart song, tap into that youthful energy, get curious, right? Live with the lighter heart, let go of the ick, start researching new and innovative ways, and allow the universe to support your desires and release the old scripts. And with the full energy, bring in something new and more meaningful for you. I am also hearing that there's going to be physical movement, like a good portion, like 40% of Scorpios are going to be moving their actual homes in March. I wonder what's going to be happening in February. Is anybody else getting pings for February? Like, I can't be alone here. Hey, Joan. Hi, guys. Oh, it's so nice to see all of these faces. Gosh, I missed you guys. It is good to see you. I've been in a healing journey of my own, and you guys know that I'm definitely sharing my experiences with you because they're experiences. Like, this comes from some real deal. Like, I didn't just decide some woo-woo stuff and, I'm going to make a YouTube channel. Like, for real. Changing your perspective, changing your mindset, understanding the intention to understand energetics is enough. I have to really say this because I know that one of the barriers I think I faced, even though I was raised in a very magical household, right? My mom was a high priestess, my entire family magical. It's not even that. It was my barrier was like, if that was true, everybody would do it. If it was that easy, everybody would manifest. Everybody, like I was real skeptical. And then because I didn't want to, I don't know, give in. I didn't want to lean all the way in. I got placed in a position that I had to fall in because if I wasn't going to do that, I wasn't going to make it. And that's exactly what happens. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just saying, like, we all get to that point as humans. We all have a different rock bottom and we all have a different truth to be revealed about ourselves to us. And so I think that when you start to experience those learnings and those experiences, do the service of sharing of yourself to others. Find your tribe, find people who need the advice and the life lessons that you have been through. It's super important because I think that is one way to build and nurture community when everything seems far. What does that say? Hey, Kay. Hi, are you doing personal readings? No, I had not planned on that, doing personal readings. I was more talking about the energetics of money and manifesting that with the with the new moon. So I believe I pinned that to the top of the comments. All right, let's see, Spirit. What else do we have when it comes to our money mindset? I've got the Page of Cups again. Everything's coming through with pages. Pages are very curious. You know what it is? We are going to be experiencing, and we have with Pluto and Aquarius, a reset, right? We've gone from Pluto and Capricorn to Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto is the shakeup, the change, that 5 energy. Capricorn is very competitive energy, and Aquarius energy is for the people, the greater picture, the bigger picture. And when you're experiencing a reset, right, you're learning to crawl and walk and all the things, but now we have a different type of help available, right? We have a different type of resources available coming in. So this is like a complete reset for society, humanity, and how we're going to experience this thing called life. We are going to be experiencing transportation very differently, and not just what we already know when it comes to self-driving cars. Like, think bigger than that, Scorpio. Think holographic, think everywhere all at once. I used to say that a lot last year, and I think I was a little bit ahead of my time. But now that people are starting to see the writing on the wall, I just want to put out there that possibilities to create and bring in streams of income and what income will look like. And the understanding around money and what money looks like in the very near future is all open for change and discussion. With that being said, the biggest piece of advice the universe has is align yourself with the energy versus the material of it. Wow. Look, I'm not making that up. Hold on. What is here? Yeah. So Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. New ways of thinking, new information. The Knight of the Knight of Pentacles has, you see that entire field behind them. There's like that past, land. So Knight of Pentacles is slow as hell, but very abundant, very focused. And they're facing forward, but they have everything they already need. Now it's just about allowing things to grow. This is putting an end, like I've been saying, to like a certain type of mindset, a certain type of thinking, because new information, new truths become real for you, allowing you to make use of all of this land and allowing you to grow the seeds that you have planted. I feel that you're about to learn a lot about yourself in the next several months. March, April shows up to be very strong energetically for finances. And also when you plant something energetically during a new moon, you can expect 6 months. You'll start to see the manifestations of it come that full moon. So come the full moon in Sagittarius, that would be 6 months from now, that cycle, you'll start to actually see all of that come through. So let's see what else we have. One moment. I want to go over here to the Oracle cards. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you are here. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's mood today? There's so many of you in the chat, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, please. Hit the hearts. Let YouTube know that we are on live, because I didn't plan this out, really. I was going to do a reading anyway for this, but I also wanted to give back because, guys, thank you so much, because I was able to meet my goal of 10,000 subscribers before my solar return on November 1st. So I hadn't been live in some time because I was, again, healing through some stuff, but I just thought it would be fun. And luckily I was able to fix all the things that were going wrong with my audio before. Like I said, we're still in that retrograde. And I think the post-shadow period ends like right around January 5th, I believe. So, you may not want to start something 100% brand new, but this energy during the new moon in Sagittarius is going to have you focused, aiming high, like really challenging your beliefs around the energetics of abundance and money. It's going to have you focusing more on, how to start living your life as if you already have the thing. So we explored earlier what that looks like. You want to be abundant, start living an abundant life, give things away, make space. And that's a real thing. Like, you have to earn the release, right? Get rid of old clothes, donate it. If it's not donatable, get rid of it. Sell it if it's great quality and you're looking for resources. Dig into what you have, right? Abundant people give of themselves and their energy. What can you do? What do you know about that you can share with others? Do you carry in your vehicle, perhaps, if you're fortunate enough to have a vehicle, do you carry supplies in it? Though, bottles of water. I don't know. Is there something that, you have available to give to others in a pinch? I don't know. Think big, right? Whatever it is. Abundant people also don't stress about money. They don't stress about a lot of things, which is so hard not to do when you're living in your car or you haven't had a hot meal. But no matter what life you're living, there's people that are aspiring to be as comfortable as you are. And that's a real thing. And sometimes when you switch your perspective, it makes all the difference. This reads progress. It seems like a long slog, but your efforts will pay off soon. Stay on course for at least a few more months before making a change. Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say with that new moon energy and what you're manifesting coming back towards you after a period of a few months? And didn't I also say that we're in a retrograde? So there is going to be progress, but you do have to... This reads taking steps. So let me just see what this says. This says, action is key to getting where you need to go. You can't wait around. Take a step in any direction to get unstuck and find opportunities. That's the other thing. Remember how we saw the Knight of Pentacles and I said that's a slow moving knight? They already have everything they need. They're just hesitant to plant the seed. It's time to plant the seeds. It's time to plant the seeds and go after what you want. It's also time to know that, to investigate, get philosophical, really start digging. What are your energetics with money? Where did you pick it up? Do you understand that money is an energy? Have you been programmed, right? That's the other thing. Systemic programming is real. Right? You can fill in that word programming with whatever you want. It is real, believe it or not, depending on where you grew up and what you were sold, what you were told, what you were exposed to in school, what commercials were playing in your area, because yes, the mass media had control over all those things. You may be stuck in this loop of lack because you've been programmed that way. And so why would it be okay for everyone else in the world to experience this abundance but you, Scorpio? That doesn't make sense. There's something wrong in the programming. So that's the other thing. You have to understand how much control you have over your perceptions. Like, don't accept it. It's not true for you. It might be true for other people that you experienced their truth. It doesn't have to be true for you. Change your truth. That's the Ace of Swords energy. I'm just seeing that again. That keeps coming through. They're like, what's true for you? Live that. Who decides what's true for you? You do. Eight of Pentacles. Start figuring out what's true for you. What do you want to be true for you? Every thought that crosses that mind of yours, examine it. Sagittarius energy, right? We just came out of our season. Allegedly. I think Scorpio season's 24/7, but whatever. We just came out of our season and now it's Sagittarius season and they're very philosophical, also very deep thinkers. So, what are you thinking about? Eight of Pentacles. What action steps are you taking to create your reality? And are you creating it around something material and thereby, I don't know, limiting what it is you can create? Or are you focused on the energetics of it and standing in your power and attracting it to you? That's one of the main things. So let's keep going. Scorpio, comment below. Is anybody here contemplating revamping or restarting a business or changing something? If you are a person that is, you even volunteering, like, are you thinking about doing something? See, again, Knight of Cups, desire based. How's everybody doing? Where's everybody from, by the way, too? And is it Thanksgiving where you are, out of curiosity? Like, what is, what's the deal? Queen of Wands, I like that. What else? Tell me more. What is Scorpio's strength during the rest of this year as we are Ace of Cups? We talked about that. These are great cards. All right, hold on. So I've got the Queen of Wands, the Star card again, and the Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups, is this, again, the want, the emotion behind it. I feel like this is a new love for something about yourself. This isn't even about others, right? I mean, of course, Scorpios are always attracting some kind of person. I mean, we really are. Whether you want to see it or not, you're always attracting kind of energy. So if you allow yourself to get out and be around others, yeah, you are attracting energy. But this is very different. This is like a desire, and not necessarily like an Ace of Wands desire, but this is like, again, that heart song I was telling you to develop. And I feel like you really come to harmonize with the best parts of yourself. And you come to accept your demons as well. I mean, I think that's very Scorpio energy anyway. Like, we're friends with our demons, right? We hang out with them. And this Ace of Cups is like a newfound love for yourself, because we're back to the Star card. Attracting a lot of good energy your way, being very magnetic, being in your highest vibes. I feel like you're going to be playing to your strengths quite a bit for the foreseeable future. And I also have been getting a lot of pings for people wanting to collaborate and create with you. And again, this won't resonate with everybody, but depending on what your visions are for yourself and what you want to, establish in this universe, I think that other people with similar mindset of building are going to come your way as well. That Star card is really good energy. Again, it's Aquarius energy as well. So we are Pluto and Aquarius, innovations, tools, assistance, energetic mindset, all of that. It's very, very important that you are creating from a place of desire, right? Because if you do it from obligation, because you have to pay this or you have to pay that, or you need to be here, you have to travel there, or so-and-so needs money, it just, you might get it eventually, but then it doesn't grow legs. It's a short-lived manifestation. So you ever seen those people that'll like win the lottery and then are broke a year later? Like, they worked really, really hard on manifesting that energy. They worked really hard on manifesting that lottery ticket. But what they didn't work on was maybe understanding money. period, right? So if you're looking to attract money, what do you know about investing? What do you know about the different types of currencies that exist or that are about to be made, right? What do you know about the stock market or different types of investments, EFTs? Like, there's so much to learn because the universe is providing so many options. It's really important that if you are releasing something, that you earn that release, that you sit in what it was that made you want to release the thing to begin with so that you don't repeat a cycle. And then when you're calling something in, you need to earn that as well and sit with the energetics of it and welcome it and understand it. I'm seeing the strength card, right? Like, tame that demon, understand that demon, i.e. energy, understand it, become one with it. Know what makes it tick and know what makes you tick, and then harmonize with it. And then it grows legs and then it becomes a part of you, just like an actual demon energy would, just like a negative thought form would. The more you pay attention to it, the more you're like, yeah, I even hate saying this. Yeah, I'm depressed. Yeah, I'm this, I'm that. That, you own that becomes your identity. No, none of that. I'm abundant. I'm blessed. I'm harmonized. I'm in tune, and sometimes you just say it to be funny, right? But start changing your perspective, and it does attract the right energy. It attracts others, right? Because Scorpios, we are such a mystery to so many, but the one thing that we all are is like, we are always shape-shifting. We're always evolving, and you know how we are. Four of Swords again. With what? Interesting. I don't know. Let me shuffle these again. But this is the Four of Swords again with the Lovers card. So being at a crossroads, taking some time to sit with and again, this is what I'm picking up. You're at a crossroads in many aspects of your life, not just finances, Scorpio. You're at a crossroads with your family. So many of you today. Comment below. Right? Maybe today wasn't full of hugs and kisses, and you're really thinking, am I going to put myself in that situation again? Or maybe you're isolated and you're wondering, do I need to continue this path? Whatever it is, you're at a crossroads. What's going to allow you to come to resolution, understanding yourself and the energy of what it is that has you at this crossroads? Why are you in this place? What is it that you're meant to learn, and why? And how can you use that to your advantage? All things to ponder. The Emperor, Aries energy. This could also be April. Interesting. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the one thing about the Emperor that's coming through is that underneath of the Emperor's robe is always wearing a complete suit of armor, signifying always ready for a battle, right? Maybe like low-key prickly pear. Is that you, Scorpio? It's me. It's me. Y'all think I'm nice as hell, right? And I aim to be and I want to be, but I think the spirits sometimes have me in such a place that sometimes I'm a prickly pear. I don't mean to be, but I think it's Scorpio energy. So comment below. Do you find that you are a prickly pear? Do you sometimes, there's a meme out there where it says, my therapist says I need to be more open door, and then it's a picture of a door with the cactus for a handle, and it says, what, the door's always open, turn the handle. I don't know, it's one of those. But the Emperor's Aries energy, this is also independence in finances. This is about building a business. Interesting, because the Lover's card comes up again. Gemini energy. Whew. What's going on in Gemini right now? Is Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini right now? Hold on. It is November 28th. Where are my astrologers out there? Somebody Google that. I think, is that true? Oh, I think Jupiter's in Gemini retrograde. But anyway, let me see, because I keep seeing Gemini energy. And so with Mercury in retrograde too, there's something here about revising a plan for your streams of income. Also, if you're thinking about investing, like let's just say I'm being rerouted. Remember earlier I was talking about money in, money out this month, right? Let's just say your money comes in the next couple of months. Again, I feel like February, something's going on. And it's not just about refunds. There's something here. like a tangible chunk. I see it like chunky change, chunky money. You get that chunky money and you're like, I'm going to buy that house. Hold on. Think about this for a second. And I mean that, Scorpio. Remember I said a lot of you are going to be buying. Well, I didn't say buying now. I said a lot of you are going to be moving homes in March. Before you purchase a home, before you purchase a car, before you purchase something chunky with that chunky money, I'm being guided to just to tell you to sit with that decision, because what is about to be available to you, you may deplete your resources, and then the next best thing comes like in May, April. I'm really hearing April. So I feel like April and May and June are going to bring super, what's the word? Not super fantastic. That's crazy. Well, okay, maybe it was super fantastic. It's going to bring really great investment opportunities for those of you Scorpios that want to do that. And, you know, it may be that you buy one of those self-driving cars and you allow it to work for you while you're home, or you, who knows, right? There's just something here about investment opportunities being accessible to the masses, but especially if you come across some chunky change, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That was a lot of words to say that one very... Don't put all your eggs in one basket. All right. Any other messages for Scorpio with this Emperor card? What is it that you're telling us? Anything else? Something just flipped up. Hold on. 7 of Wands. Yep. You're going to need some boundaries too. That's interesting. What does this read? Jupiter. Thank you, Anna. Jupiter will be in retrograde in Gemini from October 9th to February 4th. Interesting. And it's in retrograde, huh? So Jupiter, planet of expansion. Why? You guys saw me, right? I shuffled the hell out of that. I got the Ace of Cups again with the 10 of Swords. Look, this is not a relationship reading, but I have to honor the energy because it's come up a couple of times. I feel like, you know, the World card came up, the Fool card came up, lots of endings, lots of beginnings. We're coming into the end of a year, so everyone's starting a new personal year number. I feel strongly that there's some relationships here coming to an end and there's just no revisiting it, but I'm feeling like it's going to come with ease. I'm not feeling like this ugliness on your side, Scorpio. I can't speak for the other person because I got the 7 of Wands here. So this is boundaries. And this is also true if you're separating from an employer, or a business partner that, you know, there just might be, what's this? Yeah. Sorry. I'm seeing a lot of things coming through. There might just be an energy here of like balancing things. 2 of Pentacles. So 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, boundary building, balancing act. You can do pretty much most of the things that you've got your eyes set on, but it's going to be a balancing act and it's going to require you to build some serious lines in the sand when it comes to, for example, clients. Okay, you're blowing your business up and you want to do everything for everyone. You can't. And if you do, you got to charge for it. Like your value is worth something. You know, so boundaries. Is coming through really strongly. And, you know, everybody wants a favor, but that again is your resources and time. And I'm not saying that everything has to be material, right? But there has to be an energetic exchange of value. So can somebody provide something that you need for something you have? Other ways to do that. So this came through. And I just want to check with a different deck because these keep coming up. And then I'm just going to wrap up with shadow work and manifestations. And then just another word of thanks. And I'll check in to see how everyone's doing. And we'll see what the poll is. It looks like 41% of you like the stuffing the most. Scorpios never do anything wrong. No, Anna, we don't. Because even when we're wrong, we fix it. We alchemize it. And then we come out the other side. See, even when Scorpios are wrong, it's not wrong. It's a lesson. See, it's perspective. perception. So you guys know I work with the numbers 1, 2, 3, and I'm looking at the Hanged Man, which is number 12, adding to 3, and then the 2 of Wands. And I don't know about you guys, but the synchronicities have been off the hook for me. Like my receipts were like 132.21. My bank account was a 123. The car in front of me, the license plate, the numbers were 322113. I was tripping. So take a look at things a little bit differently. And again, expand your horizons. You might be revisiting quite a few things when it comes to your resources, but it's more or less like look at things differently. And I keep getting this very interesting ping. So I'm going to just say, do your own research on this. I've been contemplating home ownership, right? Is that something I want to do at this age? Is it something that I want to reinvest in, right? And for sure, I was 100% in. That's the way I'm going to do it. Generational wealth, all the things. And then recently, like in the past 3 months, I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the best resource for me in the United States, right? With the way things are set up. And so it's interesting. I would just say to keep your mind open because you might have a sudden shift in your thinking. And this is a ping that I've been getting also for real estate. If you're a real estate agent, I would challenge you to invest other types of real estate and other densities. And I mean that because there's going to be things like there is real estate in the metaverse and the many verses that are going to exist. And where things might be difficult to do in the 3D, you might find more resources available to you in the quantum. Take it or leave it, but what you don't see yet is about to be available in the very near future. So expand your thinking. The world is in this person's hand, and it is like there are no limits. So I feel also if you're a real estate agent or that's your thing, there's going to be many ways for you to diversify your income as well. So keep an eye out. I just get a lot of real estate pings. I don't know why. Must be somebody watching this channel. 7 of Cups, the Devil card, 8 of Swords, the Moon card. Yeah, like so you got to release the idea that the only options that exist are the ones that you know of. That's the best thing I can say because the 7 of Cups is all about options. The Devil energy is what we're releasing with that Capricorn, literally Capricorn energy, outdated thinking, old ties, right? To addictions. That's the other thing. A lot of addictions are going to be released. Lots of them. And I think that humans are about to encounter a lot of different methods that will help you release overeating, over everything. Depression, drinking, too much of whatever. There's going to be more than enough tools. There's already a lot more available than there were 3-4 months ago. And I'm just saying in the next several months, there's going to be help, assistance, medically and otherwise. And I love that. And I have a very strong feeling that medical insurance will get cheaper as well. So, and at least this is what I'm getting for the US. I can't speak outside of that right now. And I see the Moon card coming through with the Devil card and the 8 of Swords. So I just feel that depending, all of us and need to expand our mind on what our profession can do for the collective. Lots of new things coming. With the Moon card, I'm saying it's going to be very important that you work with the lunar cycles moving forward and understand when's a good time to release, when you're bringing something in. And again, those energies are constantly moving, and with practice, you can do whatever, whenever. But initially, get in contact or get in rhythm with the lunar cycles. Because there are, again, things that you don't even know about yourself. This is going to be a time during the Sagittarius cycle, Scorpio, that I think that you're going to learn some skills that you have, and you're going to see really what's been holding you back, and you're going to make some changes, some real strong changes. There's an end to Limited thinking. Wow. I said an end and again with the Ten of Swords. So an end to limited thinking for sure. All right. So it looks like, where is it? Where's the, Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh, so what is that? Tarot Destroyer just coming through with, there it is. Sorry, guys. I just decided to end that. All right. Please don't forget. Yes, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I hope everyone is doing well today. Honestly, guys, I really do. All right. So, oh, gosh, I feel like the tarot just called me out. Yikes. All right. So this is our shadow work for this new moon, right? This new moon again is in our second house. Resources, material possessions, money. All right. So number 8, relationship and solitude. Remember, Scorpio, I was talking about the crossroads, right? I was talking about things happening between now and the end of this calendar year that are going to have us releasing. We had that 10 of Swords come out so many times. And so this is number 8. And we had 8 show up with that Aquarian energy, the Star card. So with this relationship versus solitude, I think that it's going to be about, look, you know what you want, and you know that what you want to build can't necessarily be done all alone. And I'm learning this just as much as anybody else out there. Finding your tribe, finding your people, finding out who you are, and having this relationship with yourself as well. It's also knowing that being alone is okay. And I think that's where I'm seeing also like that 9 of Cups energy. You have to be comfortable being alone. You have to be comfortable with all parts of yourself. The one that complains, the one that's always nice, the, every part, the sexual part, the suppressed part, the mean part, the happy part, all your demons, all your angels, you're all one being. And so I think that's the other thing. Be in right relationship with all parts of you. Because you can't get away from yourself. You can only alchemize yourself, and you can only change your environment when you understand what you're attracting and why. And so the more that you know yourself, the more decisions that you can make to put you in the best possible path to manifesting with this 8, what's for your highest and best. All right, Scorpio, let's take a look at our manifestations before I take a quick look up and just say hi to everybody and just give another quick update on things that are happening with Stars with Stasi. So let's go ahead. And what do we have? Meditate in the spaciousness of air. When you are stuck, picture yourself in an open, airy space with room to move and breathe. Let yourself feel free and empowered. I think that's beautiful, right? The way I was saying earlier about being grateful for the breath of life, I think that this is a lovely way to close it and just meditate in that breath. Meditate in that air. Meditate and just be thankful. The importance of doing this reading for the new moon in Sagittarius, the importance of doing this during a day when much of the United States is focused on thanks, is focused on gratitude, is to hop on the energetics of that thought form. So go light that candle. Go get that pen. Go be the author of your script. Write down what it is that you want. What energy? Focus on the energy. What energy do you want to attract? What energy is looking for you? And if something that you don't want wants you, put a boundary up. 7 of Wands. You don't need to accept that program. You can say, no, thank you. That's where free will comes in. Everything's available to you, Scorpio, including that depression that maybe you've been holding on to, that addiction that might be running your life, that prior person that lives rent-free in your head. Anytime you want to revisit that, 0 effort. That thought form, those thought forms, that negativity has been embedded. It's embedded. It's right there. So instead, when that comes through, you just say, oh, you again. No thanks, I'm turning this channel. I'm going to focus on the energy of abundance. So I'm going to go through all my things and I'm going to get rid of or give back or sell or fill in the blank these items. And I'm going to create space and I'm going to hold it in my hands and I'm going to say, what do you do for me? Can you do it for somebody else? Because I don't need you anymore. And you can do that with things in the 3D as well as things that you hold in your heart. Because remember, the way to manifest something is with the heart song. You have to desire it. And what's keeping you from having something now is the perception of time. And how do you lower and lessen that perception of time? Change the perception of what you want from the thing in the material where time exists to the thing in the quantum where everything's everywhere all at once. Play that part back as many times as you need to. I hope that made sense. Thank you, Scorpio, for sharing your time with me today. If you are so inclined and you are still here, hang tight and I'll have a little chit chat with everybody. Otherwise, this is the end of the reading. And I am so, so grateful. And guys, remember that we are all stars from the sky with feet on the ground, doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. And may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it. Scorpio, thank you so much. You could have done anything with your time today, and the fact that you stopped here today and are still with me, I'm so grateful. Have a great week ahead and shine brightly. All right. Wow, there are so many of you here. Oh my gosh, guys, I just looked at the views and it went from 231 to 232. And again, the numbers 1, 2, 3, Spirit is letting me know. So who is on here? Oh, Anna, I love you. Thank you so much for coming in. Edwin, you are a Sagittarius moon. Is there any benefit in the current moon and birth chart moon? Hey, Justin, you're a Sagittarius moon. Is there any benefit? Well, I feel like if you're a Sagittarius moon, right? And we have the current lunar cycle. We're headed into that new moon in Sagittarius. I think that that's very much going to be pulling at your emotions. That's what your moon sign is all about, right? What's hidden, what's undercover. And I feel like you are in a harmonious alignment, right, with the energy. So I would say for you, this would be a good time to focus on the energy, like your desire around money. Like even literally, like look up moon sign energetics and then look up Sagittarius energetics. And you can think about harmonizing both those, that knowledge to create for you. And I think it's going to be a beautiful, something very harmonious for you. This would be a great time to also investigate what your heart's desire is around how you'll bring in your abundance. And I would definitely say, no matter what, release perceptions that money only comes in a certain way and only looks a certain way. You'll be surprised what's coming around the corner. And I'm interested for those of you that are getting hits and impulses for different streams of income. As a Scorpio, what are you picking up on? So many of us are very spiritual and intuitive. I know that is my path. I mean, I have fought it long enough. I just wasn't sure for the longest time, but knowing my numerology and getting the hits, I mean, here I am. So what are you guys getting pings for? Because Scorpios are investigators. We work in things like finance, insurance, PI work, legal. So it's fun to see. We're also very creative and spiritual, but what are you guys picking up on? Let's see. Any recommendations to do during Mercury retrograde? It's been tough energies. Yeah. So Anna, good question. So Mercury retrograde, I always think is a good revision time. And Mercury, about communication. And I often find that this is an energy where you can be easily misunderstood. You don't get your point across. You're led with more emotion than function. And I was talking earlier about that, emotion versus function. Also guys, hold on one second. Let me see if somebody could just document like an hour 15 in the comments, just so I know where to timestamp it roughly. Thank you. But yeah, with Mercury retrograde energy, I think it's a great time to do some revisions and say, okay, like me, for example, I have so many ideas and I want to do all these things, and the neurodivergency of it all doesn't help narrow things down. And, it's everything all at once. And then I get depleted and then, energized. So when retrogrades happen, they happen like 4 times a year in Mercury. I generally say, okay, let me pause and let me take the best of what has come through. What brings me the most enjoyment? What am I learning the most about myself? Because when you start functioning from a place of curiosity instead of just pure healing, right? Like we spend so much time healing, and sometimes you miss the big picture because you're just in this mode. Mercury retrograde is a great time to get curious about the why behind the emotion instead of just healing the emotion. It's like, why do I feel that way? Why do I want to create this business? Why do I want to take this path? What's the heart song behind it? Sagittarius energy, very philosophical. Also is has a lot of energy on their self-worth as well. So this is a great time to revisit your relationship with yourself. And I'm getting this ping, so I don't know if this is for you specifically. It could be for me. Just also in addition to your communications and revisiting the way you interact and speak with people, I feel like there's an energy here of really reevaluating our relationships with our children. And that's not going to apply to everybody. But our children are entering a new year, a new cycle, a new phase of life, as well as us as adults, right? So it's going to be super important that you allow for growth on both ends. And I'm heeding my own advice now that I've just said that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. So I want to say hi to everybody. I don't know who all is here. There's still quite a few of you here. Excellent. Edwin, something in entertainment. My love for intensity makes me hype in my creativity. I also have 5 planets in Scorpio, Sun, Mercury, Venus and Pluto. Hey, Lorna. Oh my goodness, that is a lot. I think that this is a great year for Scorpios to get creative and be innovative and express themselves however you see fit, right? Like however you see fit, and don't hold back, because Scorpios have been like undercover for a long time. I think we just need to come out. I can't allow my baby to grow. I know my baby is going to be grown. He's 17. Oh, I can't think about it. Hey, Joan, agree. Waiting till spring for investing, land considerations, Bitcoin-ish, flipping new construction. Yeah, right? Like I keep getting these pings, and so I am out of nowhere seemingly changing my ideas of what I want. Like for a very, very long time, this Stars with Stasi was going to be something completely different. And I was very focused on herbalism, and I was making medicines, and I was like, oh, I'm going to open up like a brick and mortar, I said that wrong, an actual storefront. That was my goal. And then things just started kind of evolving into a completely different sector here, right? Still healing, still with people, but it turned from something in the material, like an actual store, to then I was going to make medicine and ship it out. And then I was like, no, that's liability. As a prior insurance person, I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not going to open up that kind of thing. And then it just morphed into this. I'm getting that same type of like redirection. I was certain I was going to buy certain things or own certain things. And that's what I was investing towards. And then recently it's been like, well, that's a great idea, but we're going to have you rethink that. So I think, Anna, to answer your question about the Mercury retrograde, same kind of deal, right? Like my energy and my mind has been redirected to focus on creating and being more creative and being more expressive with the community, and less on acquiring material. Even though my end goal is abundance, the way it's coming through has slightly changed. So I'm wondering how many people are starting to pick that up as well. Joan, Yeah, so it's relatable. Yeah, about like, and it does seem like it's coming out of nowhere, and I know it's not. Let's see, Buenos Aires, Argentina. It's a normal day there. It was a normal day here for me too. Kind of chill, nothing crazy. Let's see. I like to go back and just see what everybody had written. All right. Well, it's good to see everybody. Let's see. Is there anything else? Any other questions on your mind? I know there's a little delay between what I say and when you hear it, but there's a few of us on. And, while I'm not pulling cards today, I don't mind answering questions if anything comes up. Like, I think honestly, working with the new moon, knowing if you can do nothing else, you can always come back here and every month for the most part, unless I've been, healing through something, I will cover the new moon cycle for Scorpio and what house it's in. I'll cover the full moon cycle and what house it's in. I talk about how that's great for your rising sign first, and then of course your sun sign. But really the energetics of Scorpio I cover. And I also do weekly readings. I'm starting to do love readings separate from the weekly. Excuse me. And so, if you're new to this channel, those are the different things that I've been working on. Let's see. Desire to create with the new tech. Yeah, a lot of collaboration. Hey, Maria, congratulations on the baby. Do you do any rituals during the new and full moon? I do. Yes. And I'm extra with my rituals because I'm a solitaire and I just like it. I am extra. I like the altars to be set up and beautiful. I like it to reflect, like during the winter months, it's a lot of like dead roses or like dead flowers, that I just gather like over the year. And then once they're all dead, I put them out in the winter. Dried flowers. I collect my moon waters if it's raining or there's a storm over the course of the year. And then I will use that water to charge my chalice, depending on what I'm working. And I'm just very intentional. And the truth is, Scorpio, whoever's listening, is that is what magic is. You are the magic, right? You do not have to be in attendance of a mystery school or be a degreed magician. And yes, when you study hermetics and, ceremonial magic, or you belong to a coven or you whatever, yes, there's degrees, it's work, and there's studying, and there's, record taking, and it's work. And the work primarily is on knowing who and what you are and working on your reactions, working on your energy, working on what you think and what you do, because you are a manifester and a creator, and it's about reprogramming your mind, and that's no small task. So every day, because I think it's based, look, I'm a life path 7, I'm in a 33 pinnacle, and I'm in a 3-year. You do the math if you know what I'm saying. So I'm just a very spiritual person, and I live the polarity of my high vibes. And then, I'm, a devil as well in the best possible ways. Nothing crazy. I would never harm anybody, but I've got I like the dark and dirty, and I like the high vibes. That's, how it is. The more spiritual somebody is, a lot of times the more they live in that polarity as well. That's why I think they always say that Jesus used to hang out with the, all kinds. And I'll say it at that. So during my rituals, I definitely honor both parts. I have many parts, but I honor the polarities within me and outside of me. I look at what no longer needs to be part of my world and what I want to alchemize and what I want to release. And I'm very intentional about it. And I actually meditate multiple times a day. And my meditation isn't necessarily sitting in stillness, because that's not comfortable for me always. So yeah. And it didn't start like this for me. It just became, like I eat is like I manifest, like I pray, call it what you want. But yes, I'm very intentional, very. Let's see. Don't know my time of birth. Can you still do a reading? So if you're talking about like a tarot reading or a psychic reading, anything other than doing an exact astrological chart reading, yes, that can be done. If you don't know your time of birth, you can narrow it down maybe by speaking to family members. And if you really have no way of knowing, you could meditate and ask spirit to show you in synchronicities the time that most aligns with the energetics that are for your best and brightest. So you'll be surprised. People do get numbers that way, and I have made charts for people that way. It will definitely change maybe the exact thing, but for the most part, when you get your interpretation, you'll know, like, do those energies align with you or not? And it's a loose framework to work with, because astrology is a tool. It is not the end all and be all. Neither is tarot. You are the creator and the co-creator. You have the right to pick your own adventure. There are certain things in the divine matrix, those intersections that are fated. But what you do once you get to that intersection, right, that Gemini lover's energy, what you do is your choice. And as long as you remember that, things like astrology, tarot, numerology, they're tools to let you know the strongest energy that you can tap into for your birth chart energies. Hope that helps. You're welcome, Maria. You were what was this? Oh, you were Edwin. So you were 5:14 p.m., which is interesting because that's 5/5. So you probably are a human being just based on that definitely is either a huge catalyst for change in others, or you are very open to change. And I would say that you're a person that usually would rather something like I could see you being a person that would much rather things be going and flowing and changing and evolving. I think you would get bored easy. And I wonder if that's true for you. I mean, that's true for a lot of Scorpios, but with that time of birth, that's interesting. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that we get to do this more often now that I've gotten the live thing figured out again. Thank you guys so much, and have a happy Thanksgiving if that's your thing. Have a great day wherever you are and whatever you are doing. But no matter what, take time out to be grateful for the breath of life, who and what you are, how far you have come this year. And remember that energy of gratitude, the energy of manifesting from the quantum field versus the material, and from a place of function versus just emotion, right? Like, be logical about what you're doing in addition to the desire of it all. I think it's going to take you very, very far. Have a great week ahead and see you soon. I'll be putting up your weekly reading probably tomorrow or Saturday. Bye, guys. Thank you.